Hello, kia ora, g'day, I'm Philip Duncan from Weather Watch TV on YouTube with your Australia weather forecast for the next week ahead, and it's recorded on Thursday, the 23rd of October. Well, all the energy, the thunderstorm energy that was in South Australia, then it moved into New South Wales and the southeast yesterday, is now pushing quickly out into the Tasman Sea and roaring over towards New Zealand. We've already had gusts in New Zealand of 224 kilometres an hour this morning. So very stormy conditions, and a number of flights are cancelled across New Zealand today. So that makes you feel a bit better, I hope, because it's not as windy around Australia. The winds have eased back in a number of places. It's not necessarily calm for everybody, but we do have some high pressure to the south, and that's about to be replaced with low pressure. And over the weekend, we've got a cooler, colder, refreshing, depending on how you view it, change that is going to come through and sweep through the southern half of the country. At the moment, we've still got showers around parts of South Australia and some thunderstorms into the Northern Territory, clearing away from the Kimberley for a time, but they might pop back again. And because of that low pressure zone near Western Australia, you've got cloud and a bit of wet weather around there too. Now here is the air pressure map. So the low just behind the sign here, off the southwest coast of Western Australia, high pressure moving in to South Australia. The temperature map doesn't show anything dramatic today, but you see a lot of red on it and orange. That's warm, temperate kind of weather. Hot further to the north, obviously, where it's a bit darker. But what you're going to notice is the low is going to move through over the coming days and change the colour shading to more what you're seeing here around Victoria, where it's sort of more in the green shading. So it gets a bit colder or cooler as that change moves on through. So let's start with the Friday setup to make sense of what I'm talking about. There is the low. Colder weather being spun around, a little bit of a blue circle there indicating that colder air above, which means that you could get some thunderstorms as that rain starts to move in. Showers the further up the coast you go, and then the top half of Australia, coastal-wise, is mainly dry. But you do have showers and thunderstorms as you move here into South Australia, also the southwest corner of the Northern Territory. But the high, pretty weak one, but the high moves towards Victoria. So you might have a few coastal showers around. It's not going to be very much. It's mostly dry, and those winds aren't too strong either. Further into the ACT, New South Wales, not much going on, pretty quiet, and we see a few showers and thunderstorms popping up in the southeast corner of Queensland, otherwise fairly dry and calm for many of you in the north. Doesn't change a great deal on Saturday. Those showers pretty much in the same parts of Queensland. We might see a couple of showers in the coastal east of New South Wales, dry inland, but now you see that low moving into the Great Australian Bight. And as it does that, it will drive in some thunderstorms and showers around South Australia. Also some thunderstorms and showers for inland parts of Western Australia and the Northern Territory. But it's the southerly coming through. That southerly change goes all the way up to the Midwest. So you will feel the temperature change. You could describe it as cold to cool in the south and probably more refreshing further to the north there. And northerly winds coming in around the Adelaide area. On Sunday, the low, it's a big stretched out one. It's not a storm. So it gets stretched out around the Bass Strait area, around Victoria, and even into New South Wales and the ACT. That's all kind of lower pressure. So you've got some areas of rain or showers and some thunderstorms that will be in the mix there. The line offshore, that is going to brush maybe some southern parts, coastal parts of Victoria, although it looks as though Tasmania is mainly dry. That could still move around a wee bit between now and Sunday. So we'll monitor that again in our update again tomorrow. But once you go further into New South Wales, now there might be a line of thundery showers, but there could still be some very large dry areas where there is not much going on. And around Queensland, the thunderstorms and the showers, a bit like the Northern Territory, they're expanding a wee bit more as we go into Sunday. And by Monday, the colder change coming through here, that is the blue line as the polar boundary, not highlighted today, but that is it, coming right in. For a time, it will come over Melbourne, but it'll move along the coastal parts of Victoria. Bit of a windy easterly as well, coming through over the Victorian Alps. That could be quite blustery for a time. And around Tassie, you're also under that polar change, southeasterly, so straight on into Hobart. You've got that colder wind from the Southern Ocean coming through and dropping the temperatures. So the southern half of Australia has temperatures down on Monday, but the northern half heat and humidity, and we may see some severe thunderstorms, or at least some heavy rain forming in the southeast of Queensland, and other showers and thunderstorms elsewhere as well, potentially severe thunderstorms on Monday. And by Tuesday, we've got the severe weather box still up here. It's really for the chance of some heavy rain or thunderstorms that could be around. The rainfall totals could be up to 80, 90 millimetres in some locations. Again, not 100% locked in just yet, because we've got this messy low pressure zone around Lord Howe Island and the next high that is rolling on in. So between the low and the high, there appears to be a squash zone where the air pressure gets squeezed in as an east to southeasterly. So it won't be overly warm in Port Macquarie and Newcastle and Sydney itself. Jump over the Great Dividing Range, go over the Blue Mountains, and you've got a windier east to northeasterly, and some showers around, but mainly dry and drier weather pretty much everywhere else. Just a couple of coastal showers around South Australia. And our final map is for Wednesday of next week. High pressure, Tasmania, high pressure returning to you. Been a while. So you've got some high pressure coming through there, lighter winds, temperatures lift up a bit, drier skies as well. Still got the windy easterly in New South Wales and around maybe more of a northerly for the ACT. It's fairly dry, but coastal areas may still get some heavy showers or some rain that could move in. And you sort of see these blobs of green and yellow going up into Queensland. Those are more likely to be downpours, thunderstorms, that sort of thing. Although there is a cooler change coming in for parts of Queensland. The red line, the red tropical line, lifting up on the Queensland area, but sinking back down again around Western Australia and probably more than likely coming into South Australia. So that is all from me for today. Sorry the video is a little shorter and we don't have our flight sim flyover. Got a lot to cover back in New Zealand with our severe weather event that's happening across today. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again tomorrow, Friday.